so glad we don't have a rooftop tent. We realized that this little parking area is really for big rigs to drop their rigs so they can go up to see Carlsbad Caverns. 1 hour later, and they are still taking down their tent. We're gonna have French toast this morning on this bread. It's white chocolate pecan bread. And I'm gonna use this because I want to test out how the Anchor battery does with something like this. The one I want is always at the bottom.
She has her magnetic phone mount to the cabinet above to get you those down view shots.
So we're starting at 84. I don't think I've ever done French toast in here. 80, perfect. I did have to cut the ears off though to make it fit in the pan. This is only 750 watts. It really needs to be higher. It just doesn't get hot, quite hot enough. I think that's ready. Now, if John were being filmed, he'd put the whole piece of bread in his mouth. Let's see. Okay, you are done. Let's see what the power says. 66, so we went from 84 to 66 to make 6 slices of French toast. Called the Chosa Campground.
Park at 652 East.
Texas. This is the Permian Basin, the highest producing oil field in the U.S. It covers 75,000 square miles from eastern New Mexico to most of West Texas. Hundreds of millions of years ago, it was an area of rapidly subsiding features that accumulated rich organic deep-water materials that would eventually become the petroleum source rocks of today. As you drive through this enormous region, you'll see pump jacks, Christmas trees, man camps, flaring, storage, pipelines, and lots of service trucks. It's the stuff of our modern society addicted to limitless energy, both a blessing and a curse that you can contemplate on your journey.
Turn right to stay on Texas 17 South.
Our next stop is Balmorhea State Park, the outcome of a recession-era Civilian Conservation Corps project at San Solomon Springs near Balmorhea, Texas. A 1.3-acre freshwater pool was constructed around the springs between 1934 and 1941. The water temperature ranges from 72 to 76, and the pool is up to 30 feet deep. It has been managed by the state park system since 1968. If you, like most of us, struggle with pronouncing Texas place names, I'll share a couple of links in the description box to videos of even Texans struggling with it. It looks pretty empty too. I bet you it was packed yesterday.
You're right.
Just packed. There is nobody in the water. Oh my gosh, this is weird. It's kind of creepy, you know? It's kind of creepy. I'm staying in the shallow end. Fish. All these little fishies. Oh boy. Okay. I don't know. Is that a fish? Yeah, that's a fish over there, isn't it? Yeah. We tried to go in the water. I got up to my waist. And then these little fish were nibbling at my legs and it was so creepy. I couldn't do it. Plus it was super windy. The water was much colder than I anticipated, even though they say it's 75. It didn't feel like 75, at least not when the wind is howling, which it has been. But we did get good showers. So it was worth the $7 a person to have a nice shower. And now I think we're off to a rest area that's just, I think 20 or 30 miles from here, which is supposed to be, an overnight dream. Supposed to have lots of spots for RVs to spend the night. What did you think about this place, John?
Windy, cold, solitary. And the people working the front desk were just the nicest, sweetest people you'd ever want to meet.
They do have a campground here. I think you can see it in the distance there. But it's closed right now for renovation because this would be a really nice spot to stay. Being a baby, John's being a baby. Pecos County rest area. Can we go this way or do we have to go that way?
I'd follow the truck if I were you. They got stalls and all that's going to be back there.
This is a 5-star rest area. Bean and cheese burritos for dinner. And the Ridge Monkey. They're hard as a rock right now. Kind of a proper Texas sunrise. Okay, all you smart people out there, what is in those big black boxes? Well, they're not boxes. I don't know. John thinks it's a generator or something. But the thing about rest areas, other than they can be noisy, usually noisy, but the wind was so hard last night, we didn't hear anything. The other thing, though, is the light. You got to have blackout curtains or it's just too bright. It is nearly 10 o'clock. That's how long we've stayed at this rest area. That's a record for us. We just slept really well. This is a 300-mile day for us. We don't have any plans except John did check the ice cream map.
It's a Oro Bianco Creamery, and that's in Blanco, Texas.
There's a dump station at a rest area near Sonora. I think it was Sonora. So we're going to stop there, and because we'd like to get to my niece's house with at least relatively empty tanks. Landscape is getting greener and we're starting to see wildflowers on the side of the road. I wonder if we'll see the famous bluebells. I should have said bluebonnets. John thinks I'm just thinking of ice cream. The rest area that has the dump station. Yep, there it is right there. But we're not stopping because I just got the last spot at Llano River State Park. Help me with this one, guys. Is it Llano, Llano, or Llano? 1, 2, or 3? They've got trails there. We want to go on a hike.
Continue on Park Road 73 for 2 miles.
Oh, look at all the bluebonnets. Pretty. Figure it out. And they have ice cream. It's right there on the left.
Yep. We're going for a hike, right?
Yeah. Just spotted my first armadillo. South Llano River State Park is a 2,600-acre park located on the South Llano River. The park's land was donated by the previous owner, whose family had used it for goat and sheep ranching and pecan harvest. It opened in 1990. There are 17 miles of hiking trails with many designated for cycling. The park is home to one of the largest turkey roosts in central Texas, and more than 250 species of birds have been recorded. Wow. This is so cool. Those mourning doves are so fat. I've never seen such big ones. We get excited about cardinals because we don't have them in the West. This is beautiful. Look at the flowers. Almost missed this guy, called a horse crippler, and I can see why. Of chert up here. I can't help myself.
So you know when you have a dog and you say squirrel and it runs after the squirrel, no matter see it or not, just tell Debbie rocks, and she stoops over to pick it up.
Cat claw mimosa. Yeah, we're going the right way. She's always wondering. It's a little slippery. Oh. Very slippery. And steep.
You okay?
But I'm up now. Yeah, I'm okay. Thanks. .27 miles. There you go. The wildflowers were spectacular. If you can come here in April, man, it's amazing. See what they taste like. These are really good. The package says you can make pancakes out of the batter. I'm watching John engulf these things.
Watch me inhale.
Yes, I'm watching him inhale this food. I think there won't be any left. I've only had 2. I think he's gonna have 4. We don't have this brand back home. I'll have to find it and see if I can find it again.
Amazon.
Amazon. There's something about a long hike. You just want to have you want to load up on carbs.
I begged you to have the last muffin, but you politely but firmly said, eat it. And I said, okay.
I'd rather see it around your waist than mine.
Ah.
Along with the whipped cream. Oh, man.
I do that every time I snitch it up. It's your last trip.
got rips. That's all from the bicycles, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna get a new one before we go back east. As you can tell, we never made it to the ice cream place, but we're gonna do that today. And the reason is I was looking for a place to hike and saw that what do they call it? The South Llano River State Park was not too far away, and they had one spot available. So we decided to spend the night. And then when we got here, we realized we'd actually stayed here before. But anyway, it's a nice park, not full hookups, water and power, $20, but there's a $5 per person fee to enter the park. So it's $30 for us. But if you buy the state park pass, which I always recommend if you're going to spend any amount of time in Texas, because that would then, it covers that. Plus, if you're staying 2 or more nights, I think you get the second night half off or something like that. So it's well worth it, and they only charge $70 for the pass. It's a really inexpensive, good deal. So now we're headed to the LBJ Ranch, and then we're going to go to this ice cream place that uses buffalo milk. Hear all these noises coming from out here. Are you just talking to yourself?
Well, sometimes I'm the smartest person I know. So I ask myself questions, and I believe the answer.
You believe the answers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Contact.
They call this the turkey roost area. Yeah, it looks like Indian paintbrush, but I can't tell. Wow, that is thick. Since our last trip to Texas in 2019, quite a few of you have recommended we stop at the LBJ historical sites. There are so many LBJ-related attractions in this part of Texas, and it can be confusing to a first-time visitor.
Behind that are the Barron's Cabins, reconstructed from the 1800s. If you're interested in walking, it's about 10 minutes down to the Sauer Beckman Living History Farm, or you can drive. If you got the yellow banner side of the parking lot and take a left, this road will bring you down in front of the farm. At the end of that road are 2 loops that take you past the bison pen. Sometimes you can see them from the fence, sometimes you can see them better from the ranch road over here.
The LBJ Presidential Library is in Austin. There's also an LBJ Museum of San Marcos, but the LBJ State Park and Ranch are between Johnson City and Fredericksburg and definitely worth a visit. They are both free. I'm sure glad we came here. The 732-acre LBJ State Park opened in August of 1970. The land, which is located across the Pedernales River from the Johnson Ranch, was purchased and donated by friends to honor President Johnson as a national and world leader. My niece, who's lived here all her life, says that this is the most beautiful Texas has ever looked. They must have gotten some good rains this year. We couldn't have come at a nicer time of the year, with the park bursting with wildflowers. The Sauer Beckman Farmstead is a living history farm that presents rural Texas life as it was around 1918. Nice and cool in here. Must be the washroom. He just hit his head again. What's that, John? That's a low bridge. Got all the ghosts hung up. Ready for Halloween.
I believe this is referenced as the bug hole.
Hello, how are y'all?
Good, how are you?
Good.
That didn't sound real German, by the way. Is that German, y'all?
We're German Texans.
Yeah. I promise though, my ancestry is from Germany.
Yes.
It's just Texan.
Did you actually use this kitchen to cook? It feels like
yes,
it.
Yes, ma'am. Today we did some pork roast
Sauerkraut, yes, we did
and
have some
sauerkraut with some of our sweet potatoes from our winter garden.
So you also do your canning in here?
Oh, yes, ma'am. We do the water bath method.
Okay, great. That's amazing.
Dinner, yes.
There were two different families that lived on the property in time. This particular house was built right around 1918 by the Beckmans.
So you can reach in there and you'll grab the eggs from the box.
Just ran into Ronnie and Jeff from the Monterey Bay area. They didn't want to be on camera, but it was really nice meeting you guys. Kind of interesting. I wonder if it was hard for the Secret Service to guard this area because it's so open. Before beginning your self-guided tour of the LBJ Ranch, now designated a National Historic Site, you need to pick up a free permit at the Visitor Center. Attractions include LBJ's boyhood home, the Junction School, where he learned to read, the family cemetery and grave sites of LBJ and Lady Bird, and the presidential jet, jokingly referred to as Air Force 1/2 because of its size. An audio tour is available on the National Park Service app. President Johnson's appreciation and love of the land began and ended here in the hill country of West Texas. During his administration, he signed over 300 conservation measures into law. His Park Service legacy has benefited us and our fellow journeyers. His administration added 50 new national park units, created national recreation areas, and protected many wilderness and historic sites. These trees are so beautiful. It's a campsite for volunteer. Uh-oh. Definitely this off. So one of our viewers recommended Oro Blanco gelato place, and we have made the detour. It's made with buffalo milk.
Don't forget, there's a map.
There's a map.
All the locations recommended
Oh
by
yeah,
other
that's
viewers.
right. That's
whole
right.
Country.
Hi. John got the chocolate with its cherry on the bottom.
Cherry in the bottom. Yeah.
I got the mint something or other. And I guess gelato is less cream, right?
Much less.
Much less cream.
Maybe anywhere from a third to a tenth.
It is pricey though. Medium is $8.50 and that was $10.50.
Before you life was so
good.
boring. I got up, went to work just to get back home and repeat. Before you, I just felt nothing.
First glimpse of downtown Austin.
Now we be saying